So, hi everybody, a very good morning. Hope you're well, hope you're doing good, hope you're great, hope you had a fantastic start. I'm Jashin Kapani, I'm the founder and CEO of I'm Decor Design. We're in the business of designing and manufacturing home and office decor and interior solutions and stuff. And as you can see, the weather is nice. It's bright and sunny out there, less sunshine, but on the whole, it's amazing. Cheers to you on an afternoon and a morning cup of no, this is coffee, yeah, black coffee, and a read of mine here. So we're in the business of designing and manufacturing home and office decor and interior solutions and stuff. And I mean, as I sip my coffee, I think about what is going to keep me going next, because I got my task list before me. I've got stuff to do. I've got to kind of email. I've got to make a few calls and stuff. And I missed out on two events yesterday, which I'd planned myself for and stuff. So, literally, in a world where people are constantly looking to be out and being active and stuff, it would be called FOMO, which is a fear of missing out on stuff. So, that is why people do sometimes more stuff, because they think they're going to miss out on doing stuff is if they don't show up. It could also be kind of recording a video every day. It can be giving an interview every day. It can be kind of doing your own marketing every day. It can be, in places which you don't like every day. It's about overdoing stuff, because you got this thing about FOMO. And we've had interesting, helpful, a pretty dynamic and a concrete thought share a few months back at PhD Chambers, which was on media management and social media management and stuff. And this was a collective thought share where most ambassadors from the country, including entrepreneurs and achievers, had come in. And Mr. Marwa was one of the speakers there. And of course, we had personalities from all over the world, including leaders from different countries. And there was a collective thought share on this whole idea about management of content and stuff like that. So that is why I very strongly speak about it, because I see it's been going wrong for a number of years, many a times. But lots of good stuff is also being shown to us. So my thought share is around kind of how to kind of stay energized and how to feel great when so much of stuff is being shown to us. We are glued to it, we are following it, we want to unwind, we want to relax, we want to rejuvenate. And we may not be even feeling well, or we're trying to kind of enjoy something, and you switch on TV, and most of us by now know, at least in my circle, that many of us have stopped watching news and stuff like that. And including people who are working in the media and PR agencies have the same stuff to say, that some of the content is really shoddy and not that great. I'm not criticizing anybody, I'm giving a reality picture on it. But yes, there are lots of people who are doing good work, but many of us who've been in on global channels, we've grown up watching BBC, CNN, IBN. We've grown up watching the likes of Pranoy Roy, Mark Tully, and stuff like that. And we watched interesting personalities over the years. Know that some stuff on certain channels and forums is going for a toss and stuff. So now, coming back to the main point on thought share, which is. What is it that is going to kind of help you feel good and great and stuff? Why am I sharing this? I'm sharing this because you'll have a good day ahead, and you can kind of bounce back and feel even better. So something is important, which is I've written this down. Okay, so in a world, everything is like a coin. There are two sides. There's something which seems good and something which is on the downside. So there's a bad side and there's an upside. So if you consistently focus on what is not making you feel good, you're going to be on the downside. But if you focus on something which makes you feel great and good, you're going to be on the upside. It's not rocket science. It's really easy, but people don't implement it. The mindset is everything. It's a key to crafting joy. It's a key to crafting happiness. It's a key to your creativity. It's a key to your efficiency. It's the key to solving issues. It's the key to kind of present ideas, come up with new stuff, innovations, or whatever. So the mindset is everything. Okay. And what happens is that in a society, when people are feeling that they're missing out on something by comparing themselves to other people, that she's doing this or he's doing this and I'm not doing it and I could have done it and stuff, you get into a comparison mode. And when you're in a comparison mode, you sometimes put yourself in a spot where you're demeaning yourself or undervaluing yourself, and you're even comparing yourself, and you get this thing called the missing syndrome. So what is a missing syndrome? The missing syndrome is actually a state of mind where you're constantly comparing yourself or to people you're seeing on TV or on social media, people you've not even met, people who are on your Instagram, on your social feeds and stuff like that. I'm not saying taking inspiration or aspiration is not good. I do it many a times. I mean, I follow lots of celebrities. I follow videos of a lot of people on fashion, music. I was checking out Ronaldo's house yesterday, so it's the quality of the content, and it's the information that you get. I was watching World Bank's thought share on Africa and India. I was watching stuff on sports. I was doing my own research. I was looking at the pages of a lot of people all across the world and stuff. So actually, it is the quality, and it is actually what you follow that you're actually going to be kind of making your day all about and stuff. Why am I saying that? I'm saying that because obviously, if you wake up in the morning thinking about something negative, you're thinking about something which is not going that great, you're not going to be feeling positive about it, and it's going to consistently play your head and play in your head. Even if you go to your workspace or whatever, you're going to be carrying it and stuff. So that's called borrowed baggage, or that's called borrowed garbage of people. And people don't get it that the quality of information you see is so important, because it forms a component of your outlook and your perceptions and stuff like that about the world, including for children, including for senior citizens and stuff like that. Okay, so then social media, I think we all know it. You got to kind of be sensible around it, and then if you have to kind of check your social media feeds and it doesn't feel rewarding, it doesn't feel like it's adding value or any positivity to you or your day or stuff or to your tasks, and you're basically in a harmful habit and you're kind of damaging your health. You can't blame anybody else if you're going to be following stories of people. I mean, I'm sharing our relationship messes and reading books of people who've had separation, divorces, people who've had bad stories of being in NGOs or alcoholics, or people who got broken souls and stuff like that. If you follow that, then it becomes a part of your psychology, and God save people who do that. Okay, and we can start following small shifts where we are focusing more on our own lives rather than those of others. By looking at actually what is fulfilling you and making you feel good in the moment is more important than some far-fetched idea or a